All right, this week we're going to continue on talking about our hip stability and strengthening exercises. We're going to start with the farmer's carry today, and then we're also going to talk about the suitcase carry. So with your farmer's walks, for your general client, I like to use kettlebells. To start off, you want to use proper lifting technique, so you squat down instead of just bending over and picking up. Drop your hips, keep your chest up high. Now when you're doing your farmer's walk, you also want to maintain that shoulder tightness that we talked about in our shoulder series, okay? And from here, we just have client or your patient walk forward, okay? And then go ahead and turn around and come back. And so what you're looking for on here is keeping even hips when they're walking, no shifting from side to side. Don't have to do the ugly push with the thighs. Another common cheating technique we see is when clients will put them up against their thighs and kind of push them with their legs. Okay. From the side here, another ugly technique. Then go ahead and turn and show them the hunch shoulders here. Okay, so letting their shoulders droop forward, putting way more pressure in the upper back than they need to. Again, tightening up, using the core to stabilize and move from there. Okay. Go ahead and bring it back here. And next thing we're going to talk about is the suitcase carry. Okay, so basically that's a one-armed version of our farmer's walk. Okay, and with this one, this is where you see a lot more of your compensations. Okay, you're going to see things like throwing the arm out to the side to help counterbalance, tipping too far over on the kettlebell side if it's too heavy, or overcompensating again if it's too heavy. Okay, so you want to focus on keeping the upright posture. So when they're walking, they should be able to maintain that posture. If you see any deviations from midline, then you know that you've got either a kettlebell that's way too heavy for them or even too light. Sometimes people will get lazy and just start leaning off to the side if the kettlebell's too light. Okay. Another thing we want to talk about is turning. Okay, so when you're walking with your kettlebells, go ahead and come up and we'll do a turn. You want to make sure that you're stepping when you're turning, okay? You don't want to just plant your foot and then rotate, okay? That's putting way too much stress on the knee. Open yourself up for an injury. So you want to make sure that you're stepping when you're turning. Some variations that I like to do with both farmer's walk and kettlebell carries, or suitcase carries, sorry, is you've got your basic straight up, turn around, walk back. I like to do figure eights where I'll put a couple cones and we'll have the client walk in a figure eight motion. Go ahead and do just a short figure eight here. Okay, and so on these, I do two standard lengths. I do a 10-yard or a 5-yard. And if I do a 10-yard, I'll typically have them do one down with the kettlebell in the right hand, switch, go opposite, and with the left hand, okay? When I do the 5-yard ones, I tend to double down, so I'll do 2 rotations right, 2 rotations left. I've had some people go as high as 6. Usually when you go 6 at a time, then your grip starts to get a little bit more of an issue than it is carrying the kettlebell. And then also the final variation that I like to use is just a standard forward backwards. Go ahead and just do both of them together on this one. Okay, so on this one, you just have your client walk forward, stop, walk backwards, okay? And on this one, you can choose any lengths you want. Go ahead and put those down. I like to, my gym is a 50-foot run across the gym, so I typically do 50 feet down, 50 feet back. If I'm doing down, turn around, come back, or a forward, backwards walk. You can shorten those lengths to get more transitions in if you want to. That's good for athletes if you're working with that kind of stuff. But this is a good place to start to strengthen the hips up before you start going into your lunge sequences, which we'll start covering next week.